Hey yo, what's good? So I'm gonna pay homage to a fight that happened 25 years ago today. This is the 25th anniversary of Julio Cesar Chavez versus Medrick Taylor fight. And we all remember this fight as boxing fans. We all have seen it. We've all debated with our friends, with our parents, with our family on the stoppage. And we all thoroughly enjoyed this great fight. Tell you what, this was a month after um, Buster Douglas upset Mike Tyson, and surprisingly, just because that fight happened 1 month before this fight, it has never overshadowed this fight. People still remember this fight because of the people involved, because of Chavez' undefeated streak, because of the pure dominance of Meldrick Taylor, and of course because of the controversy at the end. So this fight was just as, if not more, action packed, and it had more things to talk about than the biggest upset in sports history. And that's just crazy to me. That's just insane. So, was it? Should it have been stopped? Should it have been stopped? Let's look at post fight. Everything had everything had happened, whatever. The results were in the book. Chavez went on to have a great career, went on to be 89-0-1, his one draw against Taylor, which he probably should have lost as well. I mean, against Sweet Pea Whitaker, another slickster. Chavez never ducked anyone, man. Chavez fought Whitaker, uh, Meldrick Taylor, Edwin Rosario, Jose Luis Ramirez. Just badass after badass when he had the championship, baby. So, but after this fight, Taylor went to the hospital for 4 straight days, according to the article I read on ESPN today. And he had a broken orbital bone. He urinated pure blood, not mixed with pee, not mixed with urination. It was pure blood after that fight. Ooh, imagine he had a few broken ribs. That's it, man. This is why you fight the whole 12 rounds because Taylor was winning the rounds, but Chavez was putting money in the bank. And according to Lee Groves on a great article on ringtv.com that he wrote today, I'll put the link in the description. You got to read this. He broke Chavez broke Taylor's orbital bone in the second round. Wow, that's why I admire fighters. That's why I watch this and um and respect their courage every day to get in there because they know what they're getting themselves into. They know the risk and they fight through the pain. Can't imagine 10 rounds getting hit by Chavez in the face with a broken orbital bone, man. Busted lip. Oh man, bloody lip. Ugh. Hurt ribs. Dehydrated as fuck, broken face for 12 rounds and still displaying the excellence in boxing skill that he did, still displaying his hand speed and his foot speed. Money in the bank with those beautiful body shots. I don't think I gotta say how awesome Chavez's body shots were because everyone remembers Chavez for his gancho al hígado. Those who don't understand, it's a left hook to the liver. Ooh, been hit with those, man. I've been hit with those. They hurt. Can't imagine being hit by one of those with exact precision, like by a JC superstar. Man. But Magic was winning. He was winning coming into the 12th round. He was winning on two scorecards, 108 to ah, yeah, 108 to 101, 107 to 103. right? 107 to 10 102, and he was winning on one of the scorecards. So Taylor would have won this fight. Even with the knockdown at the end, he would have won this fight. But his corner told him, Lou Duva told him, he said, you need to win this fight. You need to win this round to secure the fight, to secure the victory. Why would Lou Duva tell him this? Because of the dubious decision Lou Duva had with Whitaker when Whitaker, his fighter, fought Jose Luis Ramirez, and they gave it to Ramirez. So many thought that Whitaker got robbed in that fight. So Lou Duva did not trust the judges. He thought that kept winning rounds, he would win the fight, would win him the fight. So instead of running a la Mayweather Maidana 2 12th round, or Broner John Molina round 12, both round 12s, he went in the fight. He boxed in spots, but he was fighting with Chavez. He was slugging with Chavez. And at the end of the fight, he was still slugging with Chavez. That amazes me because he had a broken face, hurt ribs. Oh man, severely dehydrated. And that's why he urinated pure blood, because he was severely dehydrated. But man, that right hand with 10 seconds left. Bam! Right hand dropped his ass. Taylor got up, and we all know the story. Richard Steele asked him, "Are you okay?" He did not answer. He just waved the fight off. Uh, the article on RingTV.com presented something. Lee Grove said that Lou Duva got really excited, or for some reason went up to the apron. So Meldrick Taylor looked left to look at Lou Duva, and while Meldrick Taylor was looking to the left, Richard Steele was counting and asking him if he was okay. So that is also something interesting of note for this fight, to remember of this fight, because maybe Lou Duva distracted his fighter, and that's why he didn't answer Richard Steele's question. But he didn't answer it. He did not say anything. He did not nod. He did not say yes. He did not say anything, and that is a sign of a fighter that's shot. And of course, he was shot, and his career really went downhill. Probably his biggest fights after that was a fight with Terry Norris, and he slugged it out with Terry Norris, and that's a bad mistake. He got beat up pretty bad. The ref stopped that fight, and a rematch with Chavez, he got beaten up as well and knocked out in the 8th round. So, and then he suffered a lot of brain damage. Now he slurs his speech really bad. Before he even retired, he was slurring his speech, and it was just sad seeing the tale. I watched the tale of Chavez Taylor today on HBO, and it was just sad watching this man slur his speech and fighting way past his prime, because he was such a good fighter, such a skillful fighter that he was in his prime, one of the most talented of all time. Uh, do you guys think that Taylor fought, for those older heads? I didn't watch this fight live. I wasn't even born yet, but maybe get a superstar, Coach Sheldon. You could enlighten me on if you guys think that Meldrick Taylor was not ready for this fight, or sufficiently prepared for this fight mentally and physically. I know it was his toughest fight up to par, but that could be said for anybody when they're facing Chavez. He's a great fighter, greatest Mexican fighter of all time. So, as for the stoppage, I used to agree with Richard Steele, and I would say he didn't answer. He was really hurt, and I believe Richard Steele when he says he wants. I don't have anything wrong with the stoppage, right? But I believe Richard Steele when he says he just wanted to see the safety of the fighter, and he doesn't care how much time is left. But in the same time, stop the fight with 2 seconds left. And regardless of what would have happened, I think the results would have been the same for Meldrick Taylor. His career and his brain damage would have been the same. I think he just would have took another beating in a rematch if this fight, if he would have won this fight. But I say he should have let Taylor have his moment. He should have let Taylor be the first person to defeat Chavez. For all the damage he suffered in the fight and everything that happened afterwards, Richard Steele, you should have let Taylor continue. And I do not agree with the stoppage right now as of this moment. You should have let it continue and have Taylor win the fight. You would have beaten Chavez. He would have became the pound for pound #1 fighter at the time, and at least for that moment, he would have had that. He would have had that, and he would always have that. Now he's just the guy that came up short that one time, and suffers brain damage now for it. So yeah, what do you guys think about this fight? Was the stoppage good? Do you remember this fight? Did you watch this fight live? Please tell me how you felt. Please tell me how you felt when you watched this fight live, if you did. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and all that. All right. Peace.